Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the iceHQ ice rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Warranjai. Woiwurrung, traditional land for the iceHQ Pro League Round 7. It's the Moat Inferno versus the Snipers. I'm Carl Brewer, and joining me tonight is Anton Goss and Nikki Weinheimer. Will be joining us in just a few moments. This is round 7 of 9. It's the beginning of the end. The Dogs have earned top of the ladder and can't be dislodged. Tonight, however, the battle for the remaining place in the finals begins. These two teams will not play each other again this season, no matter what happens. They are battling it out for the last spot in the finals. Each of these teams has just the 2 games to go in the season. The Inferno are in a must-win situation, mostly. If the Snipers win in regulation tonight, the Inferno cannot make the finals. If it goes to overtime and the Snipers win, the Inferno are still in with a chance, albeit a very slim one. If the Inferno win in regulation, they jump ahead of the Snipers by a point and give themselves the chance they want. And if the Inferno win in overtime, well, the teams are all tied. Gossy, what do you think?
Well, that's a lot of math, but what we do know is the game is in the hands right now of the Snipers. I spoke to Coach Drew Coffer before the game. They were saying they just got to treat this. It's in their own destiny. They win today in regulation. They get the honor of playing the Dogs, and next week's game between the Snipers and Dogs kind of becomes a pre-grand final matchup.
Bit of a practice game for them, absolutely an opportunity to see what they can change. Interestingly enough, the last time these two teams did meet, they revitalised Inferno, took the first win of the season, in fact the only win of the season. They narrowly beat the Snipers in a 4-3 thriller. That was a great game. But the Snipers this season have really lacked in scoring. It's a very telling stat when your D, in B4 of course, is your top goal scorer, and she has been. But still, she's a pretty effective scorer of goals. The Snipers need more production from Nella Brenning and Emily Davis-Tope, who has so far been very exciting, but unable to tickle the twine as much as we would have expected from her.
That's been the story, really, of the Snipers. They've had possession of the puck. They've controlled games. They've come back, to get themselves the points that they have on the ladder. But they've lacked that killer instinct that we know these ladies have. Now, you see a lot of jerseys in blue tonight. They've got a full squad. They know what it means for them today. And they're going to be going up against an undermanned Inferno team that are actually going to be buoyed with the return of Christina Julian here, number 23, who missed out on that lopsided loss last week against the Dogs.
It is an interesting situation looking at the two teams. The Inferno with a similar issue to that which the Inferno men's team had over the summer comp, and that is just relatively low attendance from their players showing up, which is a little disappointing from their perspective. They got to, if you want to win games, you need your players to be here. It's pretty hard when you're at home or watching telly or whatever. So the Inferno will be under the pump tonight. Looks like they've got under 2 lines, whereas the Snipers, as you say, they are chock-a-block. They've got their full squad is here to make the point that they want to move, that they want to make. I don't think the Inferno have given up. I certainly would hope that they haven't, but they are very undermanned this evening. You're right, Gossy.
The Inferno really are going to have to look to get the puck on the stick of 2 key players. We have obviously Christina Julian, who's led the team. She was the one that really put the team on her back to defeat the Snipers last time out with a shorthanded goal and the game winner after the Snipers tied it up. But who I was very impressed with last week is the young Courtney Mahoney there, number 3. She is a star, and she's been getting better and better since the pickup in the midseason draft, and none better than last week.
She got that great coast-to-coast goal in the only one they got against the Dogs last week, which was a terrific goal. It beat everyone.
Yeah, it's just
she skated around the entire team.
It's just her skating, really, as you mentioned, that's so strong, and her ability to carve up the ice and make her way down the other end. But looking at the Snipers, as I mentioned, they're keen. They've got 2 great goaltenders there, and they'd be looking to work on some of that chemistry and really try to work the Inferno down. They want to keep up the pace and force those Inferno players to skate and try to keep them tired so they're not forced to chase the game like we've seen in the last few times out.
Well, certainly the Inferno have struggled with depth throughout the season as well. They've got a couple of very powerful players, but I noticed that Yo-Yo Meissner and I think also who else is missing? Poppy is not here either. Now, those two, they're the little fast kids, and they're little and fast, but they were getting pushed around a little bit too much. I guess certainly last week against the Dogs, and not being as successful as they needed to be in the individual contests. By comparison, tonight, the Inferno's got all the big guys. So the big guns are here. I'm looking for Bronwyn Cashin to really step up and show us what she can do. She's going to get plenty of ice time tonight. Looks like they've got just the 2 lines, the Inferno, whereas the Snipers with a full complement of 3 lines. So they're going to be up against it, the Inferno, this evening. But can they be a presence? And when the push comes to shove, can the Inferno light the fire and melt the ice? or the snipers are going to take pot shots from all over the place and just rattle the twine all night? I guess there's only one way to find out, Gossie, and that is to let the game unfurl and see what happens.
Well, I'm excited as ever. It's an elimination final in a way. The Inferno up against it, and the snipers looking to book their ticket to the grand final series against the doggies.
This will certainly be a test of character for the Inferno players that are here tonight, see if they can persevere. And if they can get an early goal and get their tails up, then they've got a real chance. But the snipers are strong. It looks like they've got pretty much everyone here, and we know how effective they can be. The snipers lined up and ready and putting that pressure on the Inferno. They're looking at them and saying, come on, let's get this game started. And they'll keep it moving fast right from the start and just try and run the legs off the Inferno. That's what I'd do if I was coaching the snipers. So let's hit these girls hard and fast early.
So masters of the twine. It'll be Michaela Piers in net for the snipers, making 80 saves so far this season, leading the league there with a 900 save percentage. And on the other side, we have Janelle Carson, who as well is sitting with a 8.51 save percentage with 47 saves so far. So here we're underway, and it's Mahoney now with the puck for the Inferno. She goes and takes a shot and just whips that one over the net. Mahoney's now got it in the corner. It's battle on the point, and the snipers get it out, and down goes Emily Davis-Tope as she winces a little bit in pain as that goes down for icing.
So the start the Inferno needed there, that early shot in the first few seconds of the game, that didn't turn into a goal for them, unfortunately, but it was certainly a good shot and a bit of pressure on the snipers there in Carson, who will have her work cut out for her, but so too Piers for the Inferno. Carson for the Inferno will have a big job tonight. She'll be a defining player for this evening's game.
So Mayer just gets it up to the point, but that's kept in there by Blondin. And now out comes Davis-Tope as she's on a break. Emily Davis-Tope in alone, shoots, and a save there by Carson, stopping the sniper there on the break. And out the other way, and it's Christina Julian now here for the Inferno, but a great job by the captain there, Georgia Moore, to block that opportunity.
Look for the Inferno to play a conservative game to start with defensively. They'll get the puck in the zone.
And here's Bedefour cutting through, takes a shot and a save under the pad there of Carson as Bedefour carved up the ice and got the first grade A scoring chance there. And you'll look here on the CCM All-Out replay, Carl, the puck was loose momentarily as B tried to shove that under the pad of Carson, but she kept her
first penalty of the game as well to the Inferno. That's not what they needed, but in some ways a penalty can be a good thing. It will buy you some time. Typically it's a little bit less energy involved in trying to kill a penalty. If you just play a solid zone game, you don't necessarily try and score shorties. You just try and get control over the game. So
here's Cashin. She rims it around. It's kept in there by Quizeta here for the snipers. Gets it back to Bedefour, who takes a shot on, deflects. It's loose, and Carson's down and covers up as she makes the first save on the penalty kill here. So
a nice juicy rebound there from Carson's pad. She's not quite as quick at covering that one up as she probably needed to be, but got away with it that time. And a shot in from the point from Bedefour. Didn't have an awful lot on it, but it got in quickly and doing the right thing, firing it in low and hard. And they can probably be patient, the snipers.
So here we are. It's Neela Brenning facing off here against Amber Bedell, and the face-off's one back. It's Carson with a shot there, Moore with a shot there that just went wide. Puck's behind the net now. It's Aparicio gets it back to Moore, the captain here for the snipers. She winds, passes it over to Bedefour, takes a shot, and that goes high and wide. It's going to be kept here on the half wall, though, by Aparicio. She looked to get it across over to Bedefour, and it's collected there. Shot on it, deflection, and on the corner there, Aparicio not able to hit that short side as the puck now battles in the corner.
Cashin doing a good job for the Inferno, just tying up Aparicio there and just preventing that second rebound and the second effort.
Stringer finally gets it out, and that forces the captain Moore back in the zone for the sniper. Not able to get it past the stick of Cashin, and here comes Mahoney in, takes a shot, saved there by Piers. Mahoney, though, battles hard against Bedefour back behind the net, and it comes out there, Tran sending it up to Conlon.
Inferno using that counter-attack opportunity to get a full line change, so they've got fresh legs for the second half of this penalty.
Blondin looked to rip it out and hit the linesman, who has a little shake, as that was a little painful for the young linesman there.
Blondin dumped it in deep, and it put the offside button. An icing call there on the Inferno. They'll go back, but this is running down the clock on the penalty, so that's good for them. They don't mind if they run the clock down at the moment.
Yeah. Just there is
a little bit of toing and froing. Is it an offside? Where are we going to have this face-off? It runs down more time.
Yeah.
And we're getting off with a face-off in the middle, so not quite sure what happened there at all.
That's a win for the Inferno. Just Aaron icing call just kills the rest of that power play for the Snipers. Christina Julian's out, and Mahoney finds her. She goes down the right wing now, cuts in front, takes a shot right into the chest of Piers as she makes her 4th save of the game.
It's a nice play there, the Inferno. They're a little bit fortuitous with timing of some incidents during that penalty kill, but in the end quite successful. They had a couple of early chances, the Snipers, but not able to convert them.
So face-off here to the left of Piers, and the face-off's won by Brenning, and it cuts back. It goes into the corner, and Conlon's going to pick it up here for the Snipers, just reverse it back for Tran. Tran looks, curls away from Mahoney, takes it around over to her backhand, being walked, but a great pinch here by the Inferno as they look to get the puck. Tran wins it back, though, and will chip it up on the half wall, and the Snipers will get it out now through Conlon. She's skating hard through. There's 3 Snipers wide. Conlon takes a shot off the glove there of Carson as that handcuffed her. She saw it last minute, and that deflected into the netting.
A good positional goaltending there by Carson. She just managed to get a glove up. The shot was high glove side, trying to go bar down on that top side, but Carson's experience there, she got a hand up and just managed to push that puck out of the way.
So face-off's won now. It comes back to the point. Sent down there by Ryland, and Conlon will collect it here in the corner. Conlon sent it in front looking for Brenning, but the puck does squirt out, and it's Troon that gets it. Brenning able to reverse it, but just to the captain there of Georgia Carson here for the Inferno as she looks to chip it in and hits it right to Georgia Moore. Coming in with speed, Wines takes a shot, save Carson, and the puck's now here on the half wall with Troon for the Inferno. She sends it up looking for Passion. Brenning collects for the Snipers and reverses it down the other way. Carson back behind the net, gets stripped there by EDT. Davis Tope now stops up. She's got support, but all she can do is chip that in on Georgia Carson there, who's going to get it out.
Some good pressure there by Bron Cashin, just keeping that pressure on Emily Davis Tope, so she didn't get a clean chance to get a shot away.
Moore is going to send it over to her D partner there in Ryland, who's going to chip it out. That's stopped up there by Aparicio. And here they come 3-on-3. It's Aparicio here, sends it across. Davis Tope on the backhand, and a great poke check there by Carson sends it into the corner. Puck's behind the net now. Is Bedell looking for Julian. Stopped up there by Mayer, and it comes back behind the net. With it will be Amanda Blondin, who will chip that up for the Inferno to the half wall, and it will get out. Schreier, though, for the Sniper, sends it over to Bia DeFour, leading point getter right now for the Snipers. She hits that into Ebony Rama, and the Inferno will get out now through Christina Julian. She's got the speed. She goes wide, winds, takes it, looks to cut it in front, and misses everyone. But it comes back, shot on, deflected into the corner there by Schreier. And the Snipers will clear.
Blondin with a good chance there to get that shot in on the point. She's not quite able to get it on where she wanted it to on the net.
Christina Julian, you see her speed now as she comes to the neutral zone, takes it wide. She's got Mahoney crashing the net. Puck comes out in front and intercepted there by Schreier as she chips it up there for Newman. Stringer collects for the Inferno, though, hits it off the wall. Blocked there by Schreier again, and the Snipers will get out of the zone. Carson back here for the Inferno, the captain. Takes the patient play and gets it up to Mahoney. The young Mahoney looking to get around Pickering there, but the Snipers won out, although only momentarily. It's back on the stick of Mahoney, and here she is, a nice move on a break, but loses it and chipped into the corner there by Piers. Comes out dangerously through the slot, but misses everyone, and Tran now will be able to get that up to her teammate.
Mahoney there with a great piece of play through the middle, trying to beat 3 Snipers, but in the end beaten by the goalie.
Pickering gets it out into the neutral zone, and the Inferno collect it now through Stringer. Pass, just Aaron misses Troon, and that's going to allow Tran here to pick up for the Snipers. Passes over, looking for Conlon. Conlon will get there, and she'll take it in. There's 3 wide for the Snipers. Conlon winds, takes a shot, kick save there by Carson. Conlon picks up her own rebound. She's got 2 teammates there in the slot. Carson has it. Shot on the doorstep, another rebound, and they score! Neela Brenning chips it over the falling Carson, and the Snipers spring out to a 1-goal lead here midway through the first period.
And we'll see this on this replay, Gossie. It's a beautiful piece of positional play by the Snipers, just being where they needed to be. Those rebounds out the front, if you're in the right spot, sooner or later you're going to get a little bit of luck. And in that case, Brenning had a couple of goes, and the second one in, it just popped onto her forehand, and she tickles the twine with a bit of black rubber, and the Snipers with a 1-goal lead with 9 minutes to play in the first.
You can see that here on the CCM All-Out replay. Neela Brenning did such a great job controlling that slot space, and here she comes again in the slot. Brenning alone shot, looking for the 5-0, but Carson makes the save, but the Inferno will be penalized here, and the Snipers, fresh off a 1-goal lead, will be going straight to the power play.
That's Amanda Blondin will be doing 2 minutes, which at this point in time for the Inferno, it's not what you'd want, but it'll be their second penalty kill. The first one quite successful. There was a few opportunities early, but they also had a couple of chances for Shorty. And if they can get a Shorty, that'll really raise their confidence.
Yeah, last time out it was Christina Julian in the box, but she's back on the ice now, and we know she already has 1 shorthanded goal so far this season. It's EDT battling on the wall with Mahoney. EDT sent it over Aparicio, but it bounces off her skate into the corner.
Aparicio might be looking for Moore, who's unmarked up her on the point. Great shot on her as well if the puck comes out to her.
EDT will find her, and the captain here for the Snipers, she'll wind, send it over there to B. DeFour. B. DeFour back to Moore. Moore, a crossover looking for Mayer, and that just chips back behind the net.
The Snipers being a little bit too fancy there with their puck possession. They had a couple of opportunities there to get some good shots in from the point.
And here's Moore with a cross-ice pass looking for Mayer, and she just fans on that one, as that was some absolutely stunning play by the Snipers there. Carson now looks to chip it out, and it will chip over the stick, and it's Courtney Mahoney one-on-one on Moore. Mahoney looks to go around Moore, but the veteran stared her straight in the chest and stopped that one.
Snipers were back there in numbers too, which is a little bit of the advantage of the full bench, a little bit less fatigue. They can move a bit faster.
Stringer able to get it out, and it's collected here by Moore, who just has to wait for B. DeFour to tag up, but she comes in now. She'll take it wide on the right side, curling, looking for a pass back to the slot, and it'll come out here to B. DeFour. DeFour winds, takes a shot, it deflects up in the air and over the net as that one came close.
Good, nice low shot hitting the pads of Carson, and that gives them that chance. The penalty will be over shortly. We don't have a timer for you at the moment, but it won't be too much longer before the Inferno are back to full strength.
So Carson chips it around. It's kept in there by Emma Steele. Steele looking to send it across, batted out of the air there by Carson, and the puck's in the slot, and Stringer able to get it only as far as the point. Tran off the skates of Mahoney finds back over there for Steele. Steele, little bouncer. Carson makes the save. The puck's loose, though, in front of the net, and the Snipers will get to it, but it chips over to the corner. A pinch here by Tran as Mahoney's watching. She'll take it behind the net. Tran waits, takes it into Gretzky's office, looks for the wraparound, and it's in the back of the net! A great individual effort by Julia Tran on the power play as the Snipers now lead by 2.
That was right smack bang on the end of the penalty. Unfortunately, Blondin was just coming out on the ice just as the puck went in the back there. But
check this out on the CCM All-Out replay. Tran in Gretzky's office comes out in front and just found the tiniest of space between the leg of Carson and the post and was able to make no mistake and spring these Snipers out to a 2-goal lead.
With just under 6 minutes to play in the first, the Snipers 2, the Inferno yet to score. They've had a couple of good opportunities. They haven't been able to capitalise yet.
This is exactly the start that Coach Drew Coffray would have wanted for his Snipers as they lead 2-0 here with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first. The Snipers still have it here in the corner. It's going to pinch out here for Brenning. She's got 1 goal so far this game. And it chips up there over to Tran. Tran chips it in, comes out here. It's this Inferno out through Bedell. Shot high, goes over the net and into the corner.
Well, they've got to make that goalie work for those shots, Gossie. They've got to get the shots in down low and hard and make Piers actually have to do some work. Every time it flies wide, the goalie can just look at it, go past and say, oh, I didn't have to do anything there.
So puck sent down is Braun Cashin here back for the Inferno. She rips it around, but kept in there from a great pinch there. It's Brenning behind the net. It squirts out into the slot area. Oh, great job there by Moore to keep it in as she reverses it back into the corner. It's Carson now with it, up to Cashin. The Inferno desperate to get the puck out, but it's kept in again by Ryland, but she chips over, and they got sent that down the length of the ice, and it will be waved off. So no icing there. A little lucky play there for the Inferno. Conlon drops it to Julian, who takes a shot and just goes wide.
Looking to see if we might be going to get a penalty there on
Still playing.
Clarkson, but no, not
penalty.
called.
So here we are in the snipers in their own zone. It's the captain, Moore, off the wall, up to EDT. She's 1-on-3. She'll take it wide, just wait for her teammates to go in. Aparicio crashes the net. EDT, a nice move to evade Julian there, and it comes back there for Mayer, who sends it on target. Carson rims it around, kept in again by Mayer, who looked to go deep to EDT, but Christina Julian picks up the puck. Julian, a nice move, doesn't get over the red line and sends that down the length of the ice, and that one will be icing.
With the icing call here, the Inferno will have to go back and defend. They can't get a change. They will have some tired legs. It's been a long shift for them. This is a great opportunity now for the Snipers to pour on some pressure and keep the puck jammed down in that offensive zone if they can, and really rip the legs off the Inferno.
So face-off one here by the Snipers. It comes back to B4. She looks to evade the oncoming Clarkson, but nice pinch there by Julian allows Clarkson to go the other way. Puck comes out looking for Mahoney. Mahoney just forced to walk across the line, waits for her teammate to tag up and shoots that right into the chest of Michaela Pierce. Gonna need a lot better opportunities than that to score on the young netminder there. Michaela is pretty dialed in so far this season.
Certainly will with that high one straight into the midsection. Michaela Pierce making that one pretty easy, but it also helps the Inferno. They managed to break the puck out. They didn't go for a change a little bit, surprisingly. They're still on the ice with that same line. We'll see how that works out for them.
So here we are. It's Emma Steele with the puck. She gets it stripped there by Julian. Julian's got Mahoney crashing the net, but a great stick lift there by Schreier, stopped that chance. B4 has it, looks for the stretch pass. It's picked off by Greg Carson there. Greggy, and down to Mahoney. So Mahoney there just being watched by B4. It's going to squirt out, and out come the Snipers now with Newman. She's got Aparicio with her. Newman with it, takes it to the backhand, takes a shot, kick save there by Carson. As Emma Steele was looking for the rebound.
That opportunity there set up for the Snipers by the Inferno D, pinching right in deep on the attack. And no one coming back to cover up the hole, which meant a 2-on-1 opportunity. The Snipers a little bit unlucky there not to take advantage of it.
Kick save there by Piers off the Mahoney shot. And the Inferno are going to be forced back into their own zone. It's Rama back there being watched by Neela Brenning. The long reach of Brenning, though, will cause a little bit of damage there. And Zoe Quezada will battle on the wall here for the Snipers.
Rama having an outstanding game so far for the Inferno.
Quezada with it. It's going to chip back there to Raimondo, looking to take a shot, deflect off an Inferno player, and Quezada is going to look to send that on target. Rama and Brenning battling. Brenning comes out and wins out the battle. She curls away, just looking at a way to get that puck towards the net. And now Pickering will get it behind the net. Brenning on the half wall, curls away, looks to go inside on Rama, but Rama pins her up against the boards. Brenning, though, still with it, able to just squirt that puck out, and Rama sends it up there for Troon. A battle here on the point as a little bit of body gets thrown by Pickering there, and Braun Cashin now the other way.
Cashin getting isolated. She was surrounded by three Snipers as she crossed over the blue line, and in the end it looks like we've got an offside. One of the Inferno players just catching themselves on the wrong side of the line as the brakes were put hard on to Cashin, trying to find that way through.
So far in the first period, it's a 2-goal lead here for the Snipers with just over 30 seconds remaining. It was Neela Brenning's third of the season to start the scoring, and Julia Tran with her first of the season on the power play to make it 2-0. But here comes EDT, Emily Davis-Tope. She's got Aparicio wide in front of the net. She finds her, and Aparicio misses on the one-timer. Comes back to the point. Ryland with a shot on Carson as she deflects that into the corner. 20 seconds remaining. Not much time here. One more chance if you're a Sniper. EDT battling on the wall, chips it out in front. It's stolen, shot on, and that just goes wide. Comes back in front. It's Julian who wins that out, and she sends it over to Cashin. Julian might get one shot. She curls, she gets it, and a save there by Pierce on the buzzer as that ends the first period. Snipers up 2-0.
So a challenging period for that first one for the Inferno. 2 goals down, not the start they needed. You kind of feel like it was the start that was almost inevitably going to happen. Brenning getting that goal, it's getting her on the boards, which is a good start for her. She's needed to do that as well to really trying to tickle the statistics. And she's done that one quite nicely with that beautiful early goal, taking advantage of that nice rebound. So the Snipers at the moment starting to pour on the pressure through the second part of that period with just sustained speed. And it's going to be interesting, Gossie, to see how this second period pans out. The Inferno with those 2 lines, they're going to start really feeling the heat. And the snipers can just keep ramping up the intensity and just rip their legs off. The the Inferno will have the advantage in the third period of the long break, where they'll get 10 minutes to try and recharge a little bit, which will certainly help them and give them a chance. If they can hold on through this second, Gossie, there'd be a chance to get back into this game. 2 goals, as we know, is that margin, which is very deceptive. It feels like a big gap, but it's not. It's never enough to hold a lead in any sort of a sustained manner. So we will see what happens in the second if the Inferno can hold on, maybe get a goal and bring themselves back within the goals range. That gives them a real chance in the third if they can get that early shots on.
Yeah, shots 14-3. Michaela Pearce hasn't had much to face, although she did stop the ones that came her way, as it was really all snipers.
Yeah, pretty much. The Inferno did create a couple of opportunities. Snipers also a little bit sloppy with some chances they had. They had some shots in from the point which were going wide and high, and a couple of chances on a power play when they're just trying to be a little bit too fancy for mine. Get those shots on the net and force the goalie to do some more work rather than trying to get too much movement. You can be patient on a power play, absolutely, but I think it's also well and truly possible to try and be a little bit too fancy. And sometimes that's the case. There's no substitute really, Gossie, for getting shots on the net, making the goalie do the work. We'll be underway again in just a second with the second period. We've had the warning horn, so it shouldn't be too much longer before things get going.
Yeah, you can see Carson just having a little chat with the official. I'm not sure if she saw something on one of those goals, but the Inferno really going to have to dig deep. The snipers are looking, they're executing on those plays that weren't necessarily going their way earlier in the season.
Well, it is, if we wind our way all the way back to the start of this season, all of the teams that we've got playing in this Pro League here are essentially thrown together in a hurry, and they don't have a training session that I'm aware of, so they're basically using all these games as an opportunity to get themselves sorted out and ready to go. Now, they're all experienced players, and that's not a huge drama, but we are starting to see some combinations from the snipers, which with just a little bit more finesse will really give the Dogs a challenge next week, which is what they're going to need to do, because the Dogs have been almost totally unstoppable throughout this season, and they've only gotten better and better. So at the moment, it looks like the snipers were the best chance to play them in the finals, but there's still 2 periods of hockey to go.
We've seen plenty of comebacks, and I wouldn't put anything against this team led by Christina Julian, a multi-sport athlete, great soccer player as well, representing Canada at plenty tournaments. And here they are, the snipers deep. It's going to come out to the player there in Ava Pickering, but Christina Julian will collect it right on cue. Here she comes through the neutral zone, takes it wide. She's being watched by 3 snipers, and he'll just send it through the zone, but nobody in the slot able to block that one.
Inferno with a good little promising start there in the first little opening stanza. But snipers back in numbers in defence.
It's now with Bedell. She chips it over. It's going to be collected by Mayer. She's being watched by Julian, who'll just look to rub her out, and Mayer just forced to send that cross ice into the corner. First back will be Rama, though, and she'll take it behind her own net and just rim that around, and it'll be collected there on the far wall. Be reversed once again, and Rama will collect, if not for the sniper there just intercepting, and it'll come out there for Christina Julian, and Julian now with speed, one-on-one, the 223s on each other, and it's B-Defour with the big long reach that was able to poke that away.
Yeah, beautiful poke check there by Defour, just totally nullifying that attack.
So here now it's a battle in the corner. The snipers will win out through B-Defour. She looks to chip that out. It goes off a leg and collected now with Emma Steele as she looks to spring Newman. Newman one-on-one, stolen there by Carson, chipped up off the wall for Mahoney, and she'll get there first. She's got cash and go in the net. Mahoney stops up, winds, takes the shot, hits Raimondo, puck's loose, and Raimondo will be able to chip that off the wall, and Steele will be on a foot race here. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Brenning to the net, Steele with the shot, and that one goes wide. It's going to be kept in by Tran, though, the goal scorer. Send it down to Brenning. So the 2 goal scorers connect here. Brenning goes into the slot area, but gets that puck picked off her stick by Mahoney. Mahoney now carrying it out. Stolen by Conlon. And she goes to send it across. It's a rebound there, loose. Collected by Conlon as she comes out in front of the net. It's going to get to the point for Raimondo, and she'll chip that one wide.
Pickering unlucky there not to pick up that little shot across the net. And get it in, but you need a little bit of luck, and she didn't have it that time.
So here's Pickering now circling, stolen momentarily, and now collected here by Cashin, and she'll get it out the zone. Here comes Mahoney skating. She's got Troon going to the net. Mahoney takes it wide, goes over to Troon, and Troon not able to get a stick on it after some great work there by Mahoney. Blondin shoots that one out into the bench of the Snipers, and that'll give the Inferno a much-needed break as they look a little tired after some back-and-forth play here early in the second.
Yeah, it's only been 3 minutes of play, but I bet you it feels like a lot longer for the Inferno at the moment. 15 minutes to play in the second, the lead 2 to the Snipers, no goals to the Inferno.
So here we are, stolen. It's Aparicio, cuts through the D on the backhand, looks to center it, and it finds Christina Julian here on the back check. Julian sends it up there for Clarkson. Stolen by EDT, who will just send it back there for Ryland. Heather Ryland in her own zone, head up, looking for a pass, and will bounce that off the wall for Mayer. Mayer being watched by Julian, just cuts it back. She's got Aparicio and just passes it out of her reach, which will allow Clarkson to find Julian. So the Inferno now going the other way, and a great poke check by the veteran Moore clears the zone. Snipers cross ice, intercepted there by Shelley Clarkson, but stolen there by Emily Davis-Tope, and the Snipers will get the puck down the other way.
Snipers getting a line change, fresh legs out to pour pressure onto the Inferno, who've been out. Again, their shifts are getting quite long, the Inferno.
Steele looked to center it, and it's on the stick again of Julian. Boy, have we said her name a lot so far tonight. They missed her last week, and here she is, cutting in the middle. Julian shoots, save Piers, rebound, loose behind the net, and collected by B4. But back here with Julian, leading scorer here for the Inferno, looking for Cashin in front. Comes back for Troon as she battles there with Quezada. And fresh off the bench there is Mahoney looking to capitalize. Puck will come out, though, and a pinch there by Carson stops it up momentarily, but Quezada will win out here on the right wing. She's on her offside, takes it around on the backhand, but a great job there by Amanda Blondin to block that opportunity. Troon skating. She had Mahoney streaking, but decides to take it out wide and just chip that one behind the net.
A little bit of an opportunity there that the Inferno could have taken advantage of. They did have a 3-on-1. But they're not able to get that cross-ice pass.
And here's Hope Newman talking about 3-on-1. There's 3 the other way, and the Snipers get a shot on that save by Carson. It's Neela Brenning now sending it in front of the net, and that misses everybody and finds Carson in the far corner. Carson looked to clear that up the point, but a nice pinch there by Conlon. Gets it back to the point there for Ramundo, who sends it behind the net for Brenning. Pass there. It's Conlon now taking on the backhand behind the net, looking to center it. Brenning's in front. Carson looked to pounce, but Brenning sends that one into the corner. Brenning just looking to keep away from Stringer. Stringer with the poke check there, battling hard with Brenning, but Brenning wins out. And with that, there will be a crease violation there in front of the net, as Pickering was standing there and on the goaltender.
I'm not sure if we're going to get just a face-off or a penalty. Looks like just the face-off.
Yeah, this will be a face-off in the neutral zone there in front of the Snipers bench.
So we do apologise for not being able to give you some more statistics throughout this game. Unfortunately, our internet connection isn't behaving itself at the moment, but you'll get this on the replay and you'll know more about the game than we will. But
so here we are. Puck goes on to the wall. It's Ryland that has it. And then puck now into the corner. Puck out in front. It's Brenning, who had a glorious opportunity, but the puck was stolen there by Julian. But nice job there by the Snipers. Keeps it deep. Brenning's going to collect it now. She's got Conlon crashing the net, and the puck's loose there. Shot, blocked. Back to the point. Ryland sends a bouncer. It hits off the leg of Brenning, and Carson covers up, as she had seen enough with too many blue jerseys in front of her face.
Ryland there with a great shot in from the point. It was low and hard. It had a lot on it. Went through a lot of traffic. Brenning managed to do the goalie's job for her there in that circumstance. But we're seeing some really good sustained pressure over this last minute or so by the Snipers. It has a feeling of inevitability about it.
Shots are 17-7 now in favor of the Snipers, and it's Moore with a fake shot, takes it in the slot and rips that one high and wide. Puck's now in the corner. It's Aparicio. She walks out, Looks to get an opportunity, but sends it across to Ryland. Ryland's got a shooting lane, decides to take it. It's EDT with it, curls, shot, and scores! Emily Davis Tope from the slot puts it in, and the Snipers lead 3-0 here in a must-win game for the Inferno.
Looking good there for the Snipers. That's that sustained pressure. They just keep pouring the puck on, and when you just keep getting shots on the net and keep getting rebounds, sooner or later they fall in the right place. And that time, Emily Davis Tope in the right spot to pick up that shot. Quite often, she'll go for a skate with the puck and get corralled off into the corners. But in that instance, she was in the right place at the right time, and all she had to do was slam it home.
Emily Davis Tope with her second goal of the season there. As you know, she loves to score.
We expected a few more of her, but so far most teams have done a pretty good job of controlling her when she goes for a skate. But she's got a pretty good shot on her, and when she gets that possession in front of the net, she's not going to miss.
She chips that into the corner, and first back will be Carson. It looks like the Snipers understood the game plan here, as they knew that a win here guarantees them a spot in the grand finale against the Dogs.
The Inferno with a lot of work to do now, 3 goals down, but they do have half a game, and the third period will give them a chance to recharge because they will get that long break.
So here's Newman being watched. Puck's going to come out. It was Mahoney chipping it, but couldn't get it past B to 4. Nice job there by Newman just to dodge under that one to prevent the offside. Puck's now out. It's out in the point, collected here by Stringer on the point here.
Mahoney there was well covered by Raimundo, who did a good job of just controlling her. We know that Mahoney's a very dangerous player when she does get the puck. Raimundo did a good job of forcing her wide and preventing the opportunity.
Puck in the Sniper zone. It's Stringer, or in the Inferno zone. It's Stringer who sends that down, but it will go right on Piers. So no icing, but as she momentarily covers up, decides to send it over for Tran. Tran chipped it up looking for Conlon, but it comes out into the neutral zone, and Blondin will send it deep. Ebony Rama now with the puck. She'll leave it there for Christina Julian, who will go for a little bit of skate and wind up. Here she comes. When she's got speed, she's hard to stop, but a great job there by Ava Pickering to take the body and let the puck go by to negate that opportunity.
We've seen it a couple of times so far. Inferno, and certainly last week when they played in Mahoney, picked up that puck from behind the net and went on to score a beautiful single-handed goal against the Dogs. If you give them room to move from their own blue line and stand still like a bunch of witches' hats, guess what? They skate around you like you're a bunch of witches' hats. So you've got to keep moving with them. And in that time, we saw exactly that from the Snipers, doing a good job there in shutting down the attack and moving with it.
So Neela Brenning facing off against Julian. It's Neela that wins out, and Conlon will just chip that back for Tran, who got her first goal of the season tonight on a great individual effort. Snipers will ice the puck again, and they'll be forced to do it all again to the side of the great Michaela Piers.
So the icing brings the Snipers up for another opportunity from this attacking zone face-off. The Snipers not able to get a change, so the Inferno with the opportunity now to try and get a shot away on the net cleanly from the face-off if they can win it and get some pressure on the Snipers. They desperately need it.
So here we are, face-offs 1. Puck goes behind the net.
Brenning doing a good job of taking that face-off win, and the Snipers now breaking it out.
Shot on, saved there by Carson. And picked up there by Julian.
Brenning just hovering menacingly around the front of the net for the Snipers, looking for that opportunity. She'd love to get another goal tonight.
And here's Julian streaming through. She's got 2 defenders back, drops it, centers the play, but a nice diving stop there by Conlon. Julian, though, collects it, keeps it away from Conlon, decides to reverse it behind the net, but first to it will be a Sniper, the captain, Moore. It'll come back here. It's Blondin who keeps it in, sends it deep, looking for Clarkson, but the puck will eventually get out.
So what we're seeing at the moment throughout this last 6 or 7 minutes of this game has been the Snipers winning the individual battles and keeping sustained pressure on the Inferno. Not surprising, the Inferno just with those 2 lines are getting pretty tired. So just a sting going out of their legs, and the Inferno, as a result, just not quite able to win those individual battles as often as they need to. But this time, right, again, not quite happening for them.
Puck into the Sniper zone. First back will be Ryland. She's been watched by Mahoney and just sends it over her stick over to the captain, Moore. Moore sends it over to Mayer. She just chips that in, but it's collected by Blondin, who gets it out into the neutral zone. Seems to be all that the Inferno really can do is chip it out until either Mahoney or Julian wins out, and Emily Davis-Tope, as she cut in through the middle, collides with Carson, and there will be a penalty here against the Inferno captain as the snipers will go back to the power play.
Carson a little slow there to get to her feet. We do hope she hasn't injured herself.
Looks
like she's got either an ankle or a knee.
Looked a little bit like a knee
strain there, doesn't it? So
yeah, as I'm not sure we'll see it on the replay, but as EDT looked to cut in, she just connected in to the knee there of Carson, and Carson looks to be a bit sore.
She's quite uncomfortable at the moment after that too, but we're hoping she'll do very well with a rapid recovery and get back straight out on the ice, assuming, of course, she's not injured. We will find out very shortly, but not what the Inferno need. The Snipers now with a great opportunity. They stack the line. They're going to try and pour on a fourth goal if they can, with just under 5 minutes to play here in the second.
EDT has it behind the net. She's got B4, and B4 gets it, takes a shot, and a great save by Carson through traffic. It'll get back to B4, and that'll send down to reverse there for Carson. In front there, EDT. Aparicio with it. She's being watched there by Julian. Send it back to the point for EDT. Over across there for Schreier, and it'll be collected by Mayer there in the corner. So Mayer to Schreier, Schreier back down for Mayer. Say that 3 times fast.
I think they're trying to do something to you, Gussie. I don't know what it is.
So Schreier now just misses it, and Mahoney has a chance. She wins out the puck. She's one-on-one with B4, shorthanded. B just takes the body, and the puck goes into the corner as that evades the shorthanded.
So a great example there by B4 of just showing you how to shut down that sort of an attack. She stuck the poke check out, but it wasn't her focus. She was looking to play the body. And around about those hash marks is where you make that challenge, and she did a beautiful job.
EDT weaving in, gets a shot on, and saved there by Carson.
Just over under 4 minutes to play here in the second. The lead still 3 goals to the Snipers, none yet to the Inferno. We will have Georgia Carson back out on the ice very shortly, and hopefully none the worse for wear after a bit of a tangle with her knee.
Puck
She's
out,
looking reasonably comfortable at the moment.
Out to the point there, comes to Julia Tran, who takes a shot, comes out there, back to the point for Raimondo, takes it right into the shins there, but collects the rebound. We saw that a few weeks ago where Julian went the other way and got shorthanded on that exact same play. So Raimondo just behind the net, stops up, looks to center it, and there will be a crease violation there by Neela Brenning, who is standing in front of the net.
So we would expect to have the penalty all over on the drop of the puck, which will give Georgia Carson the opportunity to sneak out behind the play if no one's paying attention and get straight into it and create an opportunity, perhaps, for the Inferno.
Yeah, Snipers lucky there that blocked shot by Julian didn't turn down to a shorthanded breakaway, but they're still up by 3 here with just under 3 minutes remaining. Conlon with the puck, takes it wide, takes a shot on off the pad there of Carson, and that will be a hand pass.
So the rule there is you, if you grab the puck with your hands, you are allowed to catch it, but you're required to, if you're in any zone apart from your defensive zone, to immediately drop it. And if you're in an attacking zone, you have to be the next player to play the puck as well, otherwise it's classed as a hand pass. And that's what happened. So it's no penalty, it's just a reset. And the Inferno just professionally taking their time to get the change.
So here we are. It's deep here in the Inferno zone. Carson, fresh out of the penalty box, has the puck. It's kept in by Moore, though, looking to send Quezada in, but Stringer will collect for the Inferno. She'll rim it around. A sniper will get there first. And now it's intercepted by Mahoney as she cuts through the ice here like a crescent moon on a cold night, breaking through. Sends it in front, but misses, and it's now loose. Where is it? Back behind the net and under the glove of Michaela Piers as she makes a great save.
Cash in there with a great opportunity there. She was well positioned trying to pick up that little rebound, but it didn't quite bounce the way that the Inferno needed it to. And the Inferno now will get the change for some slightly less tired, fresher legs with just over 1 minute to play here in the second. 3 goals the lead to the Snipers, to the Inferno so far. Yet to score. They're trying to clear the puck out from behind the zone, and they play it up, and it goes as far as Hope Newman, who makes a blast down the side, looking to cut in the middle, but she's ridden wide by Georgia Carson, showing no ill effects.
It's loose there in front, and on the rebound, nearly potted in. Carson down. Snow Angel and covers that one up.
So the Carson sisters there combining. I think they're sisters anyway. Sisters or cousins. I think they're sisters. We should know. Just running the clock down again. Just taking a little bit of time to get up. Janelle, she's just lolling around on the ground, watching the clock tick. It's all handy for the Inferno. They really want to get to the end of this period without any more goals scored against them if they can. They'd love to score, but they need to not get scored against.
Aparicio leaves it there for EDT. Takes a shot and scores! Emily Davis Toper, second of the period, third of the season, puts this game nearly out of reach as the Snipers now up 4-0 over the Inferno.
And that was exactly what the Snipers wanted to do with that end of this period. Inferno have been out now pretty much constantly with just those two lines. And I don't know that we're going to get a restart with just the 1 second to go in this play. But the puck is dropped, and that will conclude the second period. Anton Goss just heading over now to pick up an interview with one of the players. And we'll see who that will be in just a moment. But just to recap, the Inferno are suffering the ill effects of just having two lines, whereas the Snipers with three. And that's really starting to pay off for the Snipers. They've kept the intensity high, made lots and lots of opportunities. The Inferno without Yo-Yo Meissner or Poppy Kelly, who we know are dangerous players with a lot of speed, and missing those two is a big drawback for them. And they've got quite a few players missing, which certainly doesn't help. But those two being out off the ice is a big issue for them to try and get the game going. We're going to have Gossi now. It looks like he has got himself Emily Davis-Tope, who has just tickled the twine with a beautiful little goal in front of the net, and we'll get them underway with their interview very shortly, and we'll just see if we can find out what Emily has to say about how she thinks the game's going. And we're all ready to go, I think, very shortly. Just waiting for Gossi to give me the signal. Yep, Gossi, you are live.
Alrighty, Carl, I'm here with the star, Emily Davis-Tope. 2 big goals in that second period. How does it feel to get on the score sheet?
Feels unreal. It's been a long time coming this season, so it's nice to get a few in one game and, yeah, help our team increase the lead.
Yeah, you guys have been all over it this season. I think, to be fair, probably pretty unlucky, dominating a lot of the play, haven't been able to get on the score sheet. But today, it's in your hands, right? You guys win, you know you're in, you get to play the doggies. What is it in the dressing room? What are you guys talking about pregame?
A lot of it is just communication and also having fun. I feel like when we have fun together as a team, we just play really well and have that chemistry. And our goal was to come out and have the best first period of the whole season, and I think we did that, getting a few on the board. So, yeah.
Well, it's been all Snipers so far. The Inferno, you know they're going to come out big. They've got some stars. They've been playing well. Mahoney, Julian, every time they get the puck, they are a danger. But I think, you guys, you keep doing what you're doing, and you'll have some. Anything you want to say to close off?
No, I'm just really proud of us as a team and how we're going, and I hope we can just continue that for the rest of the season and finals if we make it. So.
Awesome. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing some more from you. Maybe the hat trick in the third period. You never know. It'd be nice. Well, we'll cut back to you, Carl. Thank you, EDT, Emily Davis-Tope, and look forward to seeing the third period.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Emily and Anton, for that. It's an interesting question. It's always fun. Do you have more fun when you're winning, or is the winning the cause of the fun? It's a bit of a chicken and an egg question there. Of course, dinosaurs were laying eggs a long time before there were any chickens. So we'll wind up the coverage of the second period in just a moment. But shots on the net, 24 to the Snipers to 8 to the Inferno, which really does tell quite a compelling story at the moment. Snipers up 4-0 and they have had the vast majority of the play so far through this game. The long break will do the Inferno a favour. They'll get 10 minutes to recover, and we'll be back with you at around about 8:35.
My name is Kendall Coyne-Schofield. I am from Palos Heights, Illinois. I played my college hockey at Northeastern University, and I'm currently on Team Adidas with the PWHPA. The PWHPA is the Professional Women's Hockey Players Association, and back in May of 2019, a group of players got together to form the Players Association with the mission to change the landscape of women's hockey forever. I hope to see a more consistent product on the ice so that when you turn on your TV during hockey season, you don't just see the NHL, you see women's hockey just as consistently as you see men's hockey. Once we start seeing that, I think we'll really see the true growth that the game has already exceeded, I think, without the infrastructure that it deserves. I remember the first time I saw a women's hockey game was when I was 10 years old, and the Olympic team came through the United Center in Chicago to play Team Canada before the 2002 Olympic Games, and I was just a bug on the glass. And then from there, the next game that I saw was with the women's national team was the one I played in, just to show you the gap of how hard it is to find and see women in hockey. To be it when you can't see it, that's such a strong purpose and mission of the PWHPA. We know how important that visibility is to the next generation, so that when these young girls grow up, they know that there's a place for them to be in this sport professionally and make a living doing it.
Confidence.
Where does it come from?
Why do some have it more than others?
How can young players find it?
How can beer leaguers get more of it?
How can pros keep it?
It comes from being 100% comfortable with your gear.
Because it's only when your gear feels just right.
Do you have the extra confidence to go all out and play to your fullest potential?
CCM knows that when you feel your best,
you play your best.
That's why they design, engineer, and test
the smallest details to feel just right.
So when you lace up your skates,
Put on your helmet,
flex your stick, or put on your pads.
You might not know why it feels right.
And that's okay. Just know that CCM does.
And they got the art
Down to a science.
So now everyone can feel more comfortable wearing CCM gear.
And feel more confident in taking their performance to the next level.
When you feel your best,
you play your best.
Because when things feel just right,
who knows where your best will take you.
This game is our canvas.
Our choice, our freedom.
It's my way.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
It's the only way.
The ice doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't see color or gender.
All it sees is 60 minutes of pure effort.
A pure fun.
On the ice, we might be enemies.
But in the end, we're all allies.
This game's for everyone.
No matter who you are,
No matter where we're from, we're all ready to hit the ice.
And welcome back to iceHQ Ice Rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia for the third period of this round 7 of the iceHQ Pro League here between the Moat Inferno and the Snipers. We bring it to you with a 4-goal lead to the Snipers, none so far to the Inferno. 24 shots I should say for the Snipers to just the 8 for the Inferno so far, and they're going to be up against it here in the third, but they have had the advantage of the long break. Goals to Mella Brenning and Julia Tran in the first for the Inferno, for the Snipers. And in the second period, Emily Davis-Tope put 2 away to take that lead out to 4 as we're about to get underway.
Yeah,
in the third.
Here we are. So we start off, and it's Emily Davis-Tope who had that great interview in between the intermissions, just talking about how the Snipers out trying to have fun. And I think the ladies are for sure out to a 4-goal lead. Inferno, though, Mahoney, is she's going to want to get through, trying to go through, and she takes a little bit of a dump there.
Well picked off by Aparicio through the middle.
And Aparicio now sends that deep on the fresh ice. It's going to go behind the net. It's going to be Shelly Clarkson that collects it, but that's stolen there by Emily Davis-Tope. She's on a hat trick, looking to put 3, which is only being done by the great Danielle Butler so far here in the Pro Winter League.
If anyone can do it, it's going to be, I think, Davis-Tope. If she can get that quick puck and get herself into the slot. She does tend to get corralled off into the corner when she goes for a skate with the puck. But she's good at getting in position, and we've seen she can capitalise on a rebound.
So Mahoney has it now, and it just sticks to the ice there as she tries to get that out of her zone. She's being watched by Aparicio, and Aparicio and Mahoney are going to battle in the corner, and Rama comes in to help out the youngster. Mahoney chips it forward, B-4 pinches, keeps it in there for Aparicio. So the Snipers with some sustained pressure here. It's Mayer with the puck. She's got it on the forehand, looking to center it, but on comes Christine Julian here. She's got it. She sends it up to Mahoney, and here they go, the two of them. It's 2-on-3 for the Inferno. Mahoney with a nice little move there, but it hit the leg of Moore, and the Snipers are going to get out.
Snipers there in numbers. And, Inferno will need to get a little bit more intensity to get that goal back.
Here's Julian in, streaking, takes it to the forehand, wraps it around, looks to stuff it short side, but finds the pad of Pierce. Cashin chops at it, and it will come out to the point, and it will be Newman now who collects there for the Snipers and sends that into the Inferno zone.
Carson now looking to play up. She did have a bit of a fall over in the second period where it looked like she might have hurt her knee, but she's showing no ill effects of that at all at the moment.
Georgia Moore sending it up there for Steele. She gets poked there by Carson, but it's collected there by Ryland. Cashin now will send that deep, and the Inferno will go on the forecheck. You can see a little tired leg so far for the ladies in the white and red, as they aren't able to get any real sustained pressure on the dump and chase.
Cashin just blows a tire as she tries to play the puck back up the boards, but plenty of Inferno now as the Snipers make a change.
So Brenning and gets to the Conlon. Conlon chips it forward, but it's stolen by Rama, who turns away from Pickering. Rama gets it over to Stringer, and she sends that down the length of the ice, and that will be icing.
And hopefully by now you're aware of that rule, but the Snipers will be able to keep sustained pressure on the Inferno. They're not allowed to get a change because of the icing call, so they have to stay out on the ice. If they can win the face-off, that will certainly help them a lot.
You'd think if you're the Infernos, you need to get a goal quick as they are facing a 4-goal deficit. And it's Brenning with a shot off the toe there of Carson.
Carson nicely covering that up. Brenning was a real threat for that goal. She just got a little bit of space in front of the net, but couldn't capitalise on it.
Stringer rips it up. It's on the half wall there. Brenning is going to collect it in the corner, looking to center it, but it chips off an Inferno skate, and that'll get sent down. And with the fresh ice, it will go all the way, but waved off. Raimondo has it now. She passes it up there, looking for Conlon. It just misses her skate, but Julian collects. She'll move a couple crossovers and get some speed as she's in a race with Conlon. Julian, though, curls away from Conlon and looks to center for Clarkson, but it's intercepted, and Brenning now just looking backwards, wasn't able to reach, and that will go down the length of the ice, and we will have an icing for the Snipers, as they will not be able to change now after a long-ish shift.
That little maneuver earlier there by Julian was when she tried to make the stop and turn and pivot and create a bit of space. She was surrounded by 3 Snipers, doing a great job of getting back and just shutting down all of those moves. They saw last week what happened, and I don't think the Snipers will let that happen to them.
Well, it's FIFA World Cup fever here in Australia with the Women's World Cup starting last night. And for those of you that don't know, Christina Julian, two-sport star as she represented Canada with the round ball playing soccer at a number of international tournaments, including the 2011 FIFA Women's World Cup.
Snipers now are getting a penalty, and this is the opportunity that the Inferno so desperately need. They want to score here. They can give themselves a chance. If they can get one goal here, it brings back to 3, and 3 is not an insurmountable margin. So they need to score from this power play.
Their first of the night, and the face-off is corralled here by the Snipers as it's Georgia Moore able to clear it out past Stringer. And here comes Emily Davis-Tope getting in there first, so she'll get the puck short-handed behind the net. She's got Aparicio going to the net. Emily Davis-Tope with it, now centers it, B-4 around, shot saved by Carson, and it's in! B-4 short-handed as she celebrates in front of the fans, and a 5-goal lead now. That should do it as the Snipers look to book their trip to the grand final.
You'll see in this replay, DeFore had the first shot, which was nicely saved by Carson. She managed to get in front of it, but only enough to provide DeFore with a rebound. And she made no mistake the second time and deflected off the back of Carson and put the puck in the back of the net for a commanding lead. Now that also runs down the clock for the Snipers. The longer they celebrate, the better it is for them as well. They are still on the penalty kill.
So a power play goal and a short-handed goal so far for the Snipers here as they're out to a 5-0 commanding lead here in a must-win game for the Inferno.
Yeah, it's looking increasingly unlikely now. Just the 12 minutes to go. 5 goals to lead to the Snipers, and the play has been all Snipers pretty much throughout the entire game, not surprisingly with the numerical advantage that they have, the Inferno, just with the 2 lines. And, they are paying for it with a lot of fatigue. We're always a little bit concerned about them depth-wise right from the very start of the season, and unfortunately tonight has well and truly revealed that.
So here it is, a pinch by Carson. She looks to center and Mahoney on! Puck's loose, but Georgia Moore clears that out as that was the best scoring chance for the Inferno this period.
Stringer just fanning on a dump in there and providing Snipers with another opportunity, but lucky to get away with it, and they managed to get the puck deep in and force the Snipers to go back and get the puck.
Cleared down, it hits the skate of Blonde, and she chips that off the wall looking for Cashin, but Cashin was going for a change. Raimondo with a nice move. She's in with speed now. Looks to take it on her backhand around Rama. Tries to center it, and it goes through the crease right to Julian. Yeah, puck's kept in, though, and here's Steele. Steele chips it in. Rama collects, though.
Zeta was in good position to get that another one for the Snipers, but just couldn't quite connect with the puck.
And here comes Julian with speed. She gets around Brenning. She's 1-on-2. Takes it over to the forehand, cuts back. Nice back check, and she shoots there, and it goes behind the net.
You know, that's what she's so incredibly dangerous at there with that move through the middle. And
still with it, and there is another delayed penalty against the Snipers, and Julian putting the team on her back here, taking it all, drops it back for Rama, and a fan shot there, chips into the corner, and as Raimondo touches up, the Inferno will go back to the power play.
So with 10 minutes to play, the Inferno with their second power play of the night. Unfortunately for them, the first one was resulted in a short-handed goal as Steph Conlon now gets to sit for 2 minutes or less in the naughty corner. And as we were saying earlier, Gossi, I think this is the Inferno's last chance. If they don't get a goal now, it is all over for them.
Well, right back out with the penalty killers. It was Aparicio and Emily Davis-Tope who led that play on the goal by B-4. They're short-handed only minutes ago. Carson comes out and misses it, and here's Aparicio who will collect it on the wall. She's being watched. She still has it. It's stolen there, but kept in nicely there by Ryland, who will send that down deep.
So looking for the Snipers. They might all get a bit hungry here and pinch right up high, which will present the Inferno with an opportunity. If the Snipers all decide they want to get themselves on the scoreboard, then they can get themselves in a bit of trouble.
Emily Davis-Tope behind the net, still with it. Wraps in front. Whoa, shot there by Aparicio. And that just goes wide as they nearly got their second shorthanded goal. You can see the Snipers with the legs. It's Aparicio. Wines, takes a shot. That deflects wide into the corner. And now Mahoney here will look to get it past Davis-Tope. Davis-Tope keeps it in, though. Cashin gets it around her. Moore pinches, and Cashin wins out. So Cashin here, she's got Mahoney going to the net. Cashin watched by Moore, though, and Moore wins out with the puck there.
Cashin blew a tie there. Possibly a little bit lucky with the Snipers not to get another penalty. In fact, it may be that's the call.
Offside.
No, we've got an offside on that one. So Cashin Did maybe just blew a tyre rather than was brought down, but she was doing a good fight in the corner. She hasn't given up through this game. Bron, she's got a good fan base here at the ice rink here at iceHQ. A number 17 for the Inferno. He's a much-loved player around these parts.
Heavily involved, coaches as well, the Latrobe Griffins. And here the snipers, here the Inferno are, and it's intercepted there by Mayer. But Bedell gets it back to Carson, and she misses a pass there, and it finds B. DeFour, the most recent goal scorer, short-handed for the snipers.
And didn't she have a celly there in front of the crowd too? I think she's brought her own personal fan club with her.
She's got quite the fans that come out here. I know they love seeing her play this beautiful sport that we have here on ice. Puck comes up here on the half wall. The penalty is over, so Conlon's back on the ice. We're 5-on-5, and Conlon right on the puck. And Bedell clears that down. And here comes Christina Julian. She'll beat out the icing. She'll get there first. She's being watched by two. Curls around. Clarkson's going to the net. And Julian now looks to get it to the point, but no one's home. So Stringer will get there, but she's being watched by Brenning. Nearly picked up there by Pickering. And Carson now being watched by two snipers. Conlon gets it deep. Stringer there for the Inferno. She'll reverse it over there for Cashin. Just out of her reach, though, and off the bench is Newman. Stolen by Mahoney, and you know she can fly. Mahoney flying through the neutral zone. A great poke check there by Julia Tran, who scored in the second period, her first of the season.
Hey, Tran doing a great job there of shutting down a very dangerous attack there for the Inferno. Just 7 minutes left to play.
Brenning shot takes an awkward bounce off the runner there. It now comes into the corner, and the Inferno looking to clear it, but kept in by Tran. Conlon on the half wall. Brenning goes to the net. Conlon uses her body to shield the puck. Troon comes in and collects it there for the Inferno, and as she touches up, it will be a penalty going to Ebony Rama there for a check on Neela Brenning, and the snipers will go back to the power play, their fourth of the game, 1 for 3 so far tonight.
Brenning was looking very dangerous there in front of the slot, mostly unmarked for quite a chunk of time there, just really waiting for that opportunity to try and score again. She has had a good night so far. The Snipers, just the 6 minutes to play. Snipers with the power play.
So puck comes back. It's Tran with it. Takes a shot, deflected there, and over into the corner. Reverse there by Bedell, or by Blondin, finds Mahoney, and she makes a nice move, finds space, chips it over to Julian. Mahoney goes to the net and finds her shorthanded. Mahoney, saved there by Pierce. Mahoney still with it, though, on the half wall. She goes into the corner, curls, looks to center it to Julian, and it now comes out. Julian with a shot, Mahoney with it, Piers with a kick save and a beauty.
Mahoney showing us just exactly why she's so dangerous, even with just the 5 minutes to go. The commanding lead to the Snipers. Mahoney
so
always
here
making
comes Raimondo. She's all alone in on Stringer. Comes back to Emily Davis-Tope. Davis-Tope, she's got some time. She'll just take it back to the point and send it across over for Aparicio. Aparicio here walks in, looking for a shooting lane, dropped it there, trying to find Quezada, and Davis-Tope reverses it back into the corner.
Stringer doing a good job for the Inferno and just owning that space in front of the slot, not letting anyone have any space, and frustrating is Raimondo, who looked like she might have been dangerous for a moment.
Raimondo sends it up to Davis-Tope, over to Aparicio. They're 3 wide now. Aparicio on her off wing, cuts into the middle, takes a shot, saved by Carson as she gobbles up the rebound as Emily Davis-Tope was looking for a cookie to shove back into the back of the net.
On the drop of the puck, we will have less than 30 seconds to go on this power play to the Snipers. Just 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play. The Snipers with a 5-0 lead over the Inferno.
Face off here, Aparicio up against Amanda Blondin. Bedell, wins it back to Carson. Davis-Tope wins that battle, though. It comes to Aparicio, who's going to reverse it back to the point. Ryland with a shot, deflects high into the corner, and Mayer will get there before Troon. She sends it back to Aparicio. Sent across there for Davis-Tope. Davis-Tope with a shot blocked there by the captain, Georgia Carson. And Braun Cashin able to get the puck out of the zone.
And the Inferno able to successfully kill the penalty. There was a couple of chances, but no goals.
So here comes Aparicio again on her wing. Sent it across for Mayer. Davis-Tope goes for a change. Mayer sends it on and goes behind the net. Stolen by Aparicio. She's got Mayer in the slot area, but sends it to the point there for Ryland. Ryland will take a shot. It'll bounce there off the pad of Carson and into the corner to her sister, Georgia, who will send that down the length of the ice, and that one will be icing.
Icing. So what the Inferno need to do now, with just the 3 minutes to go, is they've got to think every single shift they play, they want to just make it as positive as they possibly can. And it's really all you can do when you've got 3.5 minutes to go with a 5-goal deficit. They're not going to win it from here, but they can salvage some pride and show us the class and character that they have shown throughout the night. They've fought all the way to the finish, and it's been a very determined affair. And we've certainly seen some great moves by Mahoney and Christina Julian, who've made some great attacks, but they haven't been able to convert them. And, can they score one and get themselves some pride with just the 3 minutes to go?
Beattifor with the puck on her stick. She's already got 1 goal now and sends it in front for Brenning. Puck's loose in front, and down goes Carson as she covers up there with a bunch of snipers looking to get on the score sheet.
We're looking to do the thing with the puck that tickles the scoreboard. Very nearly able to do it. The Inferno, can they get one on the board? They've got 2.5 minutes to play, and they would dearly love to score once. I'd like to see Mahoney really get rewarded for all of her effort tonight.
So puck here, and it's Conlon who will reverse it behind the net. Ryland has it now and sends it back there for Schreier. Schreier with a shot on, intercepted by Carson as she looked to spring Julian, and that'll go right on net there for Piers. And as she covers up, the snipers won't be allowed to change, as that came from the opposite side of the red line. Interesting rule. You know that one there, Carl?
Oh, I wasn't familiar with one of those intricate parts of goalie play.
Yeah, new rule. Actually, just started this year. If puck gets dumped in from the opposite side of the red line and the goalie covers up, it's treated much like an icing. The defending team is not allowed to change. So here's Brenning now.
Nicely checked by Stringer.
She's got Brenning still with it, though. Stolen by Julian. A couple crossovers. She's looking to get some speed. She's got Mahoney and Clarkson with her. Just out of the reach, but chips it by, and here she goes. She's flying. Mahoney's going to go to the net, and a great poke there by Piers.
He's going
to get that into the neutral zone, and here comes Brenning. This will give Piers an assist if Brenning's able to put the puck in the back of the net. She shoots, it bounces, and covered up there by Carson as Brenning came very, very close.
We've got a slashing call on, I'm not sure who it is.
It will be going to Amanda Blondin, and the Inferno will be down a man again, putting the snipers onto their 5th power play of the game, leading 5-0 here late.
I've got to say, Gossie, one of the other intricacies of playing when you're short-handed is if you get a penalty, you get a 2-minute rest.
Cruzada centers it, though, and it's picked up here by Mahoney for the Inferno. She'll just chip that off the boards and go skate for it, but Tran back now, just sends it on the wall. It misses Cruzada, and that's going to allow Rama to find Mahoney. And here she comes. She gives it over to Carson, back to Mahoney. Mahoney with a nice move, an even better poke check by Chan. Another save there by Piers as it comes out in front, shot, scores! A captain's goal, short-handed. Georgia Carson on the doorstep, puts it past Piers, and ends the shutout bid for the great sniper goaltender.
And that will wind up the game. With just the 8 seconds to play now, there will not be a final play as Georgia Carson there taking advantage. It was in the end Mahoney that made that happen. A beautiful move up through the middle of the ice, and she managed to get the puck across. And if we see it on the rebound, on the replay with a little bit of luck, you'll see that Carson moved up. It was damn the torpedoes, and everyone get forward and just see if we can get a goal. And the Inferno rewarded for a very courageous effort. The team that's here gave it their all without a doubt, and that's all you can ask. They were always going to struggle with just the 2 lines against a very, very well-resourced snipers who just poured on the pressure right from the start. In the end, number of shots on the net for the snipers, 34-16 to the Inferno. So that actually tells an interesting story about the goaltending there by Michaela Piers, who in the end was put under a bit of pressure. She managed to make quite a few outstanding saves, and we certainly saw some good attacking moves. In particular, Mahoney was outstanding for the Inferno, and in terms of the snipers, all of them managed to be productive, but the goal by Beattifor was an absolute highlight, in particular celebrating with her fans in the crowd afterwards as well. So not only was it a good piece of celebration, but also a good way to run the clock down. So good play there by the Snipers and a very exciting game. This the end of this game, what that means for the Inferno is they can not make the finals. They will have one more game, and that will be against the Dogs in a fortnight. We will be cutting over to Anton Goss, who will be interviewing someone very shortly. I don't know exactly who it will be, but it won't be too long off. But stats for the game, we had 34 shots to the Snipers to 16 to the Inferno. In the end, a 5-1 margin. Which is obviously quite a lot, but that's what happens when you have a big win like that. When you are under-resourced, the Inferno were always going to struggle. And they did pretty well in the first half of the first period and pretty well in the first half of the third period when they had fresh legs coming in after the long break and the ice cut, which certainly does help a lot. But for the Inferno, getting that last goal there, Georgia Carson, their captain, was a great reward. It looked a little bit earlier on as if she may have sustained a knee injury, but she managed to score a goal instead, and that's a good outcome for her. As I'm just waiting to see who Anton has for his interview. Looks like he might have got 2 or 3 Snipers ready to go. Looks like Nella Brenning by the look of it, and possibly also so Quezada. So we'll cut across to Gossi in just a moment while the ladies get their hair and makeup sorted out, or whatever it is they're doing with their hair ties. And you can see that all on the live stream as they get ready to go. But some very excited Snipers. They're in the finals now. They get to play against the Dogs. And we know that that will be a struggle. But every team has a chance in every game. So we'll see how that pans out for them as we will get our interview underway in just a second or two. Gossi outnumbered by 2 Snipers. So we'll see if he can contain the excitement. And we are ready to cut over to Anton now.
Alrighty, Carl, I'm here with a couple superstars from the Snipers, B. DeFoor and Nella Brenning, both on the score sheet tonight. We spoke to Em before about just how you guys want to be loose, have fun, because just things hadn't been going your way so far, but it seemed to go all the way tonight. Nella, walk me through your goal earlier today. What happened there?
Yeah, it was good. I think Steph took an initial shot. I just got a rebound, and I saw it slowly, go over the goalie and into the line. I was like, yeah, it felt so good.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it seemed like you guys have been doing this a lot, though, this year, right? Like, you've been dominating a lot of the play, but it hasn't really been going in. What can you say is the thing tonight that made everything kind of click?
I think tonight we just kind of really wanted to win. I don't know why. We just really want to stick it to them. And you could tell out there, every other game, I feel like we started to play really well together in the second. But then today we were like, let's start off right from the get-go. And I think you could tell. I mean, shots were 34-16. We had our foot on the gas right from the get-go and didn't let down until the end.
Yeah, 100%. I've been calling you guys the comeback queens because you guys are always, fighting back from a deficit. But you guys led from the start, and it seemed like you guys had a lot of fun. I mean, you got your shorthanded goal on the rebound there, jumping in with the crowd. Tell me, who's all there watching you tonight?
Well, my partner's there, and then a bunch of friends from school. So they're all Australian. None of them have any idea what hockey is, but they really like to support me and watch this game. They're left to learn new things and learn new sports, and they were really scared of coming today because how cold it was in the rink. But I just, I'm really happy they came because it means a lot for me to have those people, 10 of them in the crowd, and watch me do my thing. It's nice.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, here Friday nights, it's still on. You guys now booked your place into the grand final up against the Dogs, right? So you guys came close before. Nella, what do you think you guys are going to have to do to beat the undefeated Dogs?
I think we just got to keep building. Each week we become closer, we get stronger, and it translates on the ice. So I think we just got to keep that up and hopefully want it more than the Dogs.
It'll be super exciting next week, a little grand final tune-up, right? You'll be up against the Dogs. You'll get to test it out a little bit, and then you'll be back here for the best of 3 grand final in August. So thanks so much, ladies. Go have fun with your team. Enjoy, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Back to you, Carl.
Thank you, Anton, for that interview. Bo DeFoor, just by way of trivia, she's actually currently studying medicine at a Deakin out in Geelong, so it's quite cold there too. It's great to have her friends come along and make the trip if they're coming from Geelong to come here and watch her play hockey. It's great to have them along. So, as we know now, the next round for the Reservoir Dogs and the Snipers is next week. And it's technically a dead rubber. The Snipers have made the finals and they'll be playing the Dogs for the Cup in just a few weeks. This will be a good chance for them to try out a few things and see if they can find any weaknesses in the Dogs lineup to prepare for those finals. We've seen it enough times. Dominant teams get complacent. Usurpers learn new tricks. And we know that the Snipers have been on the improve throughout the season. And tonight a really good example of that. They played three periods of hockey. They came out hard and they never let up. So you need that sort of relentlessness to be successful. And defensively, they were outstanding. They played some really good work against what was occasionally some very promising attacks, in particular Courtney Mahoney for the Inferno, and also Ebony Rama played a great game for the Inferno as well. Bron Cashin too did her very best when they were outnumbered and really struggling in the third. So that concludes our coverage of tonight's game. Just again, the Snipers winning 5-1, which wipes the Inferno out. So the Inferno can no longer make the finals. The grand final series in a couple of weeks will be between the Snipers and the Reservoir Dogs. And from us, we will see you for round 8 on Friday the 28th of July at 7:40 p.m. here at iceHQ. Bring it on.